Welcome back, SethBling here, and today I'm on the Super Minecraft Maker server on Minecade, and I'm going to do my very first level showcase for you guys. So let me bring up Moonbase Alpha. This is how you can find the level if you connect to the server. Go ahead and check the video description for my announcement video about the Minecraft Maker public beta if you didn't already see that. But the IP for the server is also in the video description. So this is Moonbase Alpha. This is the level I'll be showing you today. So first, let's go ahead and play the level. There's this little dispenser thing at the beginning that does a couple things. It gives you jump boost, puts a space helmet on your head because there's no atmosphere on the moon, and it gives you a bunch of equipment. So first of all, we've got these guardians here. And okay, they actually have a beam pointed at me. There's a bug currently where the beam doesn't show up correctly. But if you look at the other side of the level, even with jump boost, I'm not going to be able to jump up that little cliff. But luckily there's this fuel container here that I can just shoot with the bow. And you might be able to see the blinking. There's some TNT. So now I can make it, because with jump boost 2, you have a 2-block jump. I'm getting shot. Okay, let's not die. Man, skeletons are so hard in this version. I took a lot of damage. He was kind of hidden up here. Anyway, okay, so now, let's see, there's some towers here, and there's also a moon base over there. So I, again, can't make that jump. I've got these giant slimes on my case, but there's, like I said, there's these towers here. There appears to be a ladder, but my way is blocked with this ladder. But I can see there's some tripwire here, which I can trigger with my arrow. So I will trigger the tripwire, and it pulls this piston away, allowing me to continue up the ladder. And I can go up even higher. And I notice there's this trapdoor in the way here. Also, my jump boost is worn off, so that's what all these extra potions are for. There we go, much better. I want to get out onto this ledge so that I can bounce onto the slime blocks there and enter that moon base over there. But this trapdoor's in my way, but luckily there is this tripwire once again right here. I can trigger it with the arrow, and I missed the jump. Arrows despawn really fast in Super Minecraft Maker, so you gotta be careful for that. But I made it, and so now I can hopefully make this jump into the moon base. So here we go. Oh, just barely landed on the slimes. Alright. And so there's this airlock here. I press the button, enter the airlock, and it actually just refilled my jump boost. And oh, there appears to be a zombified scientist in the in the moon base, but I can kill him pretty easily. So I'll go forward, and I'll notice I'm in this room. There doesn't appear to be a way out of the room, but there is a chest here, has a healing potion, which I will drink. But there's no way out of this room. If I take a look around, no, there doesn't seem to be a way out. But if I look more closely, specifically if I look up, I can see there's some TNT up here. And there's also a button attached to a lamp on that. So there's like this space fighter that's prepared to drop TNT on the moon base. But I also can't reach that from here because there's glass. And I'm in adventure mode, I can't break the glass or anything. So I'm going to have to go back outside. Also, I'm going to have to, actually, yeah, this will give me split leaping. And then I have to go back outside through this airlock. Still can't see the space fighter. Got to be careful about these slimes. Ooh, wow, he hit me. Didn't expect that. Okay, so now I can see the space fighter and give it a shot. It's a pretty long shot, but I hit it. Okay, so it dropped the TNT. Heard the explosion. Now I have to get back into the moon base. Also, the space fighter is returning fire. So you can see it's shooting arrows very rapidly. But yeah, I have to go back up the tower. Once again, just do the same thing that I did before. Shooting a lot of arrows. So many that some of them are kind of getting like stuck in midair, I think. Ooh, I fell. I don't really have enough health to afford doing that very much, so I'm going to have to be careful. Alright. Get back up here. And so now I can get into the building, and hopefully that will have exploded the glass viewing area that I was just in. Need my potion of leaping again. Unfortunately, leaping 2 only lasts a minute and a half. So, yeah, a minute and a half. So, I have to refresh it sometimes. Alright, let's try and get back in there. I have to make sure I don't get hit by any of these shots from the space fighter. Although I think the slimes have all died from the space fighter shots. Anyway, good to go. There shouldn't be a zombie in here this time. Okay, so... Oh, so I fell through the floor. Didn't mean to do that. I need a way up. So there's this slime block thingy, and there's a lamp here. What I've seen so far is lamps seem to have buttons on them, and in fact there's another model of all of these slime block thingies here. So if you push the button, the slime block gets triggered, but I can't really even see the button. Even if I can, well, okay, I can kind of do that. But even if I do that, like this, I'm going to be in midair when the piston goes off. So the way to get around that is to use your bow. Fire a little shot up like that. It can actually be kind of tricky not to hit yourself with the shot. Oh, that didn't trigger it. There we go. And so you just kind of climb this little cliff this way. Oh, wow. Okay. Ah! That one actually didn't bounce me up and it just knocked me off. That's interesting. I mean, yeah, pistons in multiplayer have never been never been bugless, so. Alright, and then one last... Oh god, I'm almost dead. There is a way I could die at the end of the level here, so hopefully I won't have to. Alright, so I've made it up the whole cliff here. Sounds like this space fighter is out of arrows. Alright, I can see the beacon. I'm not that far from the beacon. There appears to be some alien growths here. Let me drink my potion of leaping. And actually I can see there's some shulkers on the walls, so I just want to make it through this, because if I take damage from these guys, I think I'm probably toast. So there's this cliff here that I can climb with my potion of leaping, and if I do it quickly enough and don't get hit, I made it. Okay, I still don't want to get hit though. Alright, and I've hit the beacon and the level is clear. So that's actually kind of a long level. I'm gonna like my own level, because, well, okay, anyway. That's Moonbase Alpha, and it's actually a pretty long level on the scale of things. Let me go into Game Mode 3 and we'll take a look at the whole level. Go back to the beginning. I'm an op on the server, so I can go into spectator mode from within the level. So yeah, we have this little redstone thingy here. You can see there's a rail. Actually, let me reload the level. So I'll go back into adventure mode. Okay, that's right. You can't take damage after the level dies. So let me restart the level, and I'll go into Game Mode 3. And so we can see there's this redstone thingy with all these dispensers. There's actually a minecart chest that runs into this cactus, and it drops a bunch of items on you. Okay, so we've got these guardians here, and they kind of flop around, but you really don't have to kill them or anything. They're just kind of there to make you afraid of staying in this pit too long. And to kind of prompt you to use your bow to trigger the fuel tank, which has some TNT in it. You actually just kind of see that from below as well. By the way, if we go under the level, it's pretty much hollow. Here's the side view, actually, of the level. It's kind of interesting. Oh, that zone's off limits. Okay, I'm not going to go over there. Yeah, so there's the fuel tank. We got these two towers. Here's this skeleton that's hidden up here. Just sort of to surprise you your first time. But after your first time through the level, you'll kind of know to look for a skeleton around here. And of course the slime blocks. Here's the little moon base with the zombie here. The redstone to trigger these pistons, you can see it all right here. It's actually very simple. Then we have the moon base. Sorry, the space fighter here. So we have a button, and the TNT is next to the button. And so the way that this works is there's basically a torch burnout clock here. And so there's actually a couple torches on the sides of this that prevent this from ever fully burning out. This is a really old style of fast clock, and it's very annoying because it makes a noise like this, but it's okay. And so when this button gets pushed over here, it drops the TNT and breaks open this glass viewing area. But it also causes this piston to push, which will make make the clock actually trigger these dispensers that shoot the arrows. So that's a very compact way to make a triggerable fast clock that would fit onto a ship like this. So that's how that works. Pretty cool. Then these are actually kind of interesting. These jump pads are actually kind of interesting. If we actually take a look back here, there's a bunch of redstone running. And so these actually are kind of interesting because they use quasi-connectivity to work. And I think I might actually make a video about these in particular and how you can do something like this. But if you'll notice, there's no like space next to this glowing lamp for a button or to get a redstone signal out. So I had to be kind of clever about how I did it. And so I had a piston that's kind of diagonal from that button, and it receives redstone updates that constantly make it check if it should be pushed. Anyway, it's a little bit complicated how it works, and I think I will probably make a video explaining these little jump pads. It's kind of interesting and it might be useful to you. And then at the end here, we've got our final shulker area, where you've got kind of like a shulker walkway and a like it's like a breeding pit or something, like a nest kind of was my intention here, where there's all these endermites. So they're like the shulker babies in this scenario. And I used string on top of these chorus plants to prevent them from continuing to grow. That actually worked really well. It was actually, I was doing this on live stream and I was kind of panicking because they were growing, but somebody suggested to use string and it worked out pretty well. And then there's this area here that does require jump boost too in order to get up. Or actually, you can take hits from shulkers. If you still have a lot of health, you can actually just take 1 or 2 hits from shulkers and kind of levitate your way to the top of this cliff. And you make it to the end. So that is Moonbase Alpha. And once again, if you want to play this level, just do level search Moonbase Alpha and you'll find it, just like I did at the beginning of the video. Once again, the IP of the server is in the video description. It's minek.de, and this is Super Minecraft Maker. You can just connect and play, make your own levels, play this level or other levels. There will be more level showcases to come, and I also want to make a point of showcasing some of the redstone that I use in my levels. And so expect to see some redstone videos coming out from my channel. Alright, that's about it. Thanks for watching.